Hi students, this is a video for the makeup class. Please watch this video. It's around about 40 minutes, and then send me some comments on eClass to tell me what you thought about the video. Thank you.
What are you doing?
Why?
No problem.
Why you should recycle?
Because
Why should we recycle? First, we should recycle because recycling can protect our environment. Second, it is because it contributes to the national economy through corporate social responsibility and the saving of resources. Third, in addition, we can revive the beautiful place of our lives.
you should protect the environment.
Why we have to recycle and protect our environment? First, discarded plastics from all parts of the world flow along the tidal current, forming an island, which later breaks down into tiny pieces, which are eaten by fishes. Eventually, humans eat the fishes, so they eat plastic. Second, if we don't protect the environment, many animals and plants will be hard to live. If its animals and plants will be hard to live, if it's hard to survive, it's going to end up going extinct, which could have a negative impact on the food chain. And then later, humans can't survive. Third, for future generations, Earth is not just a place for us to live for a while, but for future generations, we must protect the environment. From today on, let's recycle properly and protect our environment.
Okay, but how?
How to recycle? First, Separate the garbage. Plastic, paper, vinyl. Second, throw plastic spoon and plastic cap in the plastic waste basket. Third, throw tissue and wooden sticks in the garbage basket. Fourth, throw vinyl in the vinyl waste basket. Finally, wash your hands clean.
This is why we should recycle. Okay, I will do. Wow!
Hello, we are going to talk about recycling. We asked ourselves about recycling. I saw too much trash in the street, and last time not. Why do that many people throw away trash? I think is scarcity of trash cans. I think many people would rather not litter, but there's such a scarcity of trash cans in Korea that they finally just give up. There are many places without trash cans and throw it in the street. This is a serious problem. Second reason is it's just a matter of selfish mind, morality. Some people doing it by mistake, but some people just do it. Throw it in a trash can is important. People are often careless when discarding lighted cigarettes or burning trash. This is a moral problem, starting from the selfish mind that not me, it will be okay. People throw the trash for their convenience. This is also a serious problem. In Korea, the punishment is imposed a cost, but the law is not enough to solve the problem. This seems to require education and is something different.
Hello, in this video, we are going to talk about the things people normally recycle in our society, how are materials collected to be recycled, and our society's recycling law. First, I am going to talk about the recycling types of materials. In our society, there are many recycling types of materials. For example, glass, metals such as aluminum or steel can, organic materials such as kitchen waste, plastic, textiles, and so on. As there are many recycling types of materials in our society, how to collect recycling materials is also important. A trash can, divided by types of recycling materials is the most efficient and the most commonly used method, because it is easy to identify the type. Now we are talking about the recycling law. Many people follow the recycling rules, but some people do not. Why are some people not following the rules? In Dongguk University, which is part of our community, we can find examples that shows the absence of a trash can makes people do not follow the recycling rules. But I think the absence of recycling can be easily overcome because students have a high level of awareness about recycling.
Have you ever seen plastic waste floating in lakes or rivers or at the beach? If so, describe your experience. I saw a lot of plastic floating in the river or in the sea. When I went to a stream near my house, I could see a lot of plastic waste floating around. Plastic takes at least 500 years to complete decompose. Floating plastics more environmental problems than plastic in the soil, and plastic pollution in the sea is more serious than plastic pollution in the river. There is a place called Plastic Island in the Pacific Ocean, which is about 15 times the size of South Korea. The cause of the Plastic Island is that it is formed by plastic gathering where there is no current in the Pacific Ocean. The problem with the island is that it threatens the ocean ecosystem. There are many marine animals that eat plastic and mistake it for food, causing serious problems. What can we do to reduce environmental pollution caused by plastic waste from these streams and oceans? The way we can do this is to be good at collecting plastic and not using products with microplastics, because microplastics are very small in size compared to normal plastics. They are not filtered through the normal water treatment process and are introduced into the sea. At the national level, it takes a lot of investment to develop bioplastics. Bioplastics use biomass to make plastics, so they do not cause environmental pollution compared to normal plastic.
Do you think you throw away too much trash? Explain.
I think I throw away a lot of trash because carrying garbage is lazy and it is hard to find the trash can. So I throw away a lot of trash.
What does your city or town do with the trash in collect?
Collect garbage to recycle or make a simple ornament.
Look at the photo. What kinds of trash do you see? What was it used to make?
In the picture, I can see the pots and doors and toys, shoes and telephones and so on. The garbage was put together to make an ornament and shaped like a horse.
What does your city or town do with the trash it collects?
Collect garbage to recycle or make simple ornament. And they also collect trash to draw picture and recycle gum to make rubber gloves or cell phone covers. So we needed to recycle.
How much trash do you think you produce every year? Is it possible to fit it in a room in your house?
Yes, I think it is possible to fit in a room in my house because every day I produce a lot of trash like coffee plastic cup and coffee straw. Furthermore, I usually throw away snack bag and household waste such as food residues, tissues, and others. So I am trying to use a tumbler to save plastic cup.
What things do people normally recycle in your community? How are materials collected to be recycled? Do people follow the recycling laws?
People normally recycle like vinyl, plastic, paper, and general garbage, but we confuse to divide them correctly. It's so difficult, as I know material collected reproduced to use. People are trying to follow the recycle law, such as searching how this produce recycled. I look for it often. I think we should study a bit more about how we recycle. It's an important issue to live a life of the future. I will try harder than now to do good recycling.
How did you feel as you listened to the news report about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch?
When I saw Great Pacific Garbage Patch burst, I can't believe it. Definitely, many people throw out garbages with no idea, and as a result, the Great Garbage Patch would have been produced.
Look at the area around where you are sitting. What items do you see that are made of plastic? Make a list.
We can see many plastic items around like pens and mechanical pencil, etc.
Have you ever seen plastic waste floating in lakes or rivers or at the beach? If so, describe your experience.
I saw a plastic bottle is floating in river, and I heard many fishes died because they eat plastic fragments. I heard that. I'm very sad and shocked. So I think we must do separate collection and recycle plastic items unconditionally. And our society and government should make more laws to force people to recycle. I hope all living things could live clean environment. We should make an effort together.
Recently, there has been a lot of plastic goods around us. For example, disposable containers, pet bottles, plastic cups, etc. These are very convenient and practical, but they are almost trash because most of the plastic stuff is disposable. Waste emissions are increasing over time because disposable products became popular because people sought convenience and valued portability. It takes 500 years to process plastic, and since it has 5,445 tons of emissions per year, more time will fill the earth with disposable products. Therefore, we should use mugs or tumblers and use eco bags instead of plastic bags. Furthermore, since paper towels used in the bathroom are disposable items, it is desirable to carry around handkerchiefs separately. Let's reduce the use of disposal products for the future Earth.
Do you think you throw away too much trash? I think I am throwing away a lot of trash. I like cafes and convenience stores, so I buy a lot of food there, and every time there is a lot of trash. Especially when I eat delivered food, everything except food is trash. So I have to throw a lot of trash. What does your city or town do with the trash is collected? Having separated the collection, we will recycle the collected trash and use it to rework or to use in times. For example, separately collected aluminum cans are moved to a recycling plant. At the recycling plant, we use machine to separate the aluminum cans, and I heat it to a very high temperature. At this time, physical changes occur and the aluminum cans are turned into liquid. If you pour this liquid into a certain mold, you can get reusable aluminum cans. So you can make a lot of new things. Look at the photo. What kind of trash do you see? What was it used to make? There are a lot of trash. Well, there's a can, a plastic, a scrap metal. Somebody made dogs with this trash. Well done. Nowadays, there is also an exhibition of different trash by recycling the trash. It would be interesting to have a date in such a place.
Do you think you throw away too much trash? Explain. Yes, I think I throw away a lot of trash because I use a lot of disposable products in my daily life. Also, I often use disposable products and throw them away because of my annoyance. In conclusion, I think the reason why we throw away a lot of trash is because of the increased use of disposable products. What does your city or town do with the trash it collects? Our city, like other cities, has basic recycling such as cans and paper. But our city is also doing special recycling. It is the recycling of discarded cell phones and batteries. As such, our city not only has the basic recycling of cans and paper, but also the recycling of cell phones and batteries. Look at the photo. What kind of trash do you see? What was it used to make? I can see the keyboards and doors. This is a horse statue made out of recycled waste.
Do you think you throw away too much trash? Explain. Yes, I think I throw away too much trash because I like street food and take-out coffee, but they are packaged in disposable products, so I throw away too much trash. But I will try not to use disposable products. For example, when I buy the take-out coffee, I'm going to put the coffee in my tumblers than disposable products. What does your city or town do with the trash it collects? I don't know exactly what my city is doing, but the recycling center will be located in my town. Nevertheless, I know that most of the trash is burned. By the way, many people hate garbage disposal facility, so our city separates function of disposal facility with nearby city. Look at the photo. What kind of trash do you see? What was it used to make? I see a toy guitar, high heel, dolls, a plastic toy bear and ball. I can see various trash. I think they were used to form a horse-shaped sculpture. Although made of trash, it is very similar to horse. How much trash do you think you produce every year? Is it possible to fit in a room in your house? Yes, I produce trash too much. I think it is possible to fit in a one apart. So I reflecting on myself.
You can throw plastic into a regular trash can. We used to throw this in the plastic waste basket.
Our country is one of the most recycling countries in the world. Trash should be buried or burned to the ground, which is why the environment is seriously polluted and expensive to dispose of. So we have to recycle through segregated collection. Recycling means reusing things that people do not use anymore. For example, after you use up all your notebooks, what do? You probably throw it out with the garbage. However, do you know that we cut down trees every day for one of these notebooks? If you recycle the notebook instead of just throwing it out, somewhere in another place, it will be reused by a happy child. So in conclusion, not only can recycling waste protect the environment, it can also reduce waste and reduce waste disposal costs. Now you know exactly why we need to recycle, right? In the future, I hope not only we but also everyone in the world can recycle and collect separately to be happy.
Hey, stop! No matter how you separate it, you can't recycle it. We will introduce recycling method by item. Number 1, paper. Number 2, can and scrap metal. Number 3, medicine. Number 4, glass. Number 5, plastics. Number 6, single-use plastic bags. Number 7, styrofoam. Korea has been collecting separately since 1991. Because of recycling, Korea has the second largest recycling rate in the world. Also, the amount of garbage discharged in Korea is 1/2 of that of the United States. When you separate the paper, you have to tie it in bundles or put it in a box. Also, make sure that the paper is not wet with water and oil. Coated paper such as a receipt cannot be separated.
I will show you how to separate the can's scrap matter. Butane gas or spray has to be drilled out to release the contents. Don't forget to press the can flat and throw it away.
You shouldn't throw your medicine in a regular trash can. Make sure you go to the nearest pharmacy and throw out the medicine. There is a lot of people who throw away mirrors and light bulbs when they separate the glass. You can't separate the light bulb or the mirror. Plastics should be drained out of plastic container PET bottles by emptying their contents and washing them clean. Also, other parts of the material such as the attached trademark, lid, and silver foil wrap.
Single-use plastic should be emptied and washed clean and drained. In case of contamination by foreign substance such as food and other substances, it is difficult to remove them. Be sure to remove them in a long time.
Boxes for styrofoam packaging shall be cleaned and drained after the tape carrier trademark. It has been completely removed. Container styrofoam, such as cup noodles, should be drained away by emptying its contents and washing it clean so that no residue remains. Be sure to remove foreign substance, colored or coated items in a long-term bag. Just separating and discharging recyclable waste in the right way can put the recycling garbage cause to rest. Let's start with the small thing that needs to be passed on to our descendants cleanly. The right recycling separate emission.
Hi everyone, we would like to talk about cleanliness and water. Personally, I think I use too much water each day because every day I take a shower twice a day, 10 minutes each time. I also drink a lot of water and use water to clean my clothes, cups, and plates. I wash my hands very often because I think cleanliness is important. Nevertheless, I still have an unclean lifestyle. For example, I don't clean up or ventilate the room on time. So, I often get nagging from my parents. It is important to think about the cleanliness of my body, but it is also important to keep the environment clean around me. Therefore, I'm trying to achieve the goal of emptying the waste basket once a day and ventilating the room once a day. It was a plan that started last week, but it hasn't been accomplished much. I know it's not an easy goal, but I'm sure I will work hard to fix my bad cleanliness. If you have a bad cleanliness like me, I hope you, as well as I, will make efforts to improve this habit with
planning and will.
I want to talk about the importance of washing hands and how to wash them. Humans' hands are highly utilized. Most activities use hands. Thanks to the 5 fingers, we can grab, lift, and move something. Taking a pen and writing whatever you want is also due to your hands. What if these hands are dirty when the body parts that come into contact with so many objects? Hands can lose their cleanliness in all of this, such as doing tasks with a laptop, playing games in a PC room, and touching a cell phone. If you touch your face with this hand, it can cause problems on your face's skin. Also, if a cold virus gets in your hands, you can catch a cold easily. To prevent this, it is important to wash your hands often. So how can I wash my hands clean? First, rub the palm of your hand against the palm of your hand. Second, rub your fingers against the palm of the other hand. Third, rub the palm of your hand against the back of the other hand. Fourth, rub your thumb while returning it to the other palm. Fifth, rub it with the fingers of the palm facing your hand. Finally, put your finger in the palm of the other hand and rub it to clean the under fingernails. I hope everyone has a clean hand by leaving hand washing. Thank you for watching.
It would be hard to imagine that there is not enough water for basic tasks such as drinking, cooking, and cleaning. This is actually happening in many different countries. So, I always think I should save water with a thankful mind. Of course, our country, Korea, is also a water-poor country. So we need to implement as many ways as possible to save water. The resources of water are finite, so it is a disaster. The people in the environment who do not feel a shortage of water will suffer one day. To solve this problem, countries around the world need to develop advanced technologies, such as desalination technology, and also preventing water pollution. In fact, the United Nations designated March 22 as World Water Day to give people around the world the importance and awareness of water. In order to celebrate this, we will also hold various events in our country and make efforts to participate in them.
Hello everyone, I'm talking about two subtopics of water. First, the importance of water. We know how important water is to human life, and also because of agriculture, how important it is to plant life. But what about the earth in general? How important is water to the ecological balance of the earth? What role does it play, and what would happen if we were to lose it or it didn't exist? There are already parts of the world where we can see how life would change. if there were no water. We can see it somewhat from satellite photos of Mars, the Moon, and the other dead space bodies. And we can see extrapolate from the properties of water itself and what we know of its effect on life. Next, the cycle of life. All of life, as we know it, cycles and recycles. From physical life to death and breakdown of the body, to re-entry into spirit, then to the thought of life in a new body, to actual birth and living a new life through to death again and on and on. Our one creation also follows the cycle of life, from the birth of a product through its use to its death. Then its breakdown into physical components, the new ideas for new creation and the reuse of components in new production. To water, where is sentence, it might seem that humans were its children. Since we are so dependent upon it for survival, but humans don't conceive of ourselves as subordinate to anything more. Instead, we treat water as our servant, as an element of the earth that we control. We use water to master life, feed ourselves, and to create our own subordinate production. Here are some of the services that we see water provides that produce the abundance of life we see around us every day and that we are trying to control for our own benefit and protection.
Thank you for watching the video, students. Hopefully I'll see you next semester and have a great vacation.